Hey everyone, Caleb Kessler here, Duckett Lad Dental CPAs and Advisors, bringing you another video in our Acquisitions Academy. Today I want to talk to you about how real estate impacts acquisitions. And so you're buying your first practice, real estate is going to be involved somehow, some way. Typically, there are two situations or scenarios how real estate is involved in this transaction. First scenario is you are buying the real estate along with the practice. So you're buying your first practice. The seller is also wanting to sell the building. If they own the building, they want everything off their hands. You are going to want to acquire the real estate in this transaction. How does that impact the deal? A couple things. First thing you have to remember is you need to make sure your lender knows that you want to buy the real estate, and that's typically going to be one of the first questions they ask you. Are you just buying the practice, or are you buying the practice and the real estate? Because most situations, there's going to be two separate loans, two separate approval processes that you're going to have to go through with your lender. And then you're going to want to make sure your accountant and your attorney know that you are buying the real estate, because there's a lot of tax considerations, tax strategies, and how you structure the deal with real estate. So you want to make sure that you are running those situations and scenarios by your attorney and your accountant. Buying the real estate is not always a make or break. I get asked this question a lot. If I can't buy the real estate, doesn't mean I shouldn't pursue this deal. That is not necessarily true. Every deal is different. Every situation is different. So you just want to make sure that you are asking your advisors who are guiding you through this deal what is the best outcome for you. Scenario two with real estate involved in the transaction is if you are going to be taking over the lease from the selling doctor. And in this, you want to make sure a couple things. First, you want to make sure that you negotiate a new lease, acquiring the old lease and just taking apples to apples what the seller had in their lease agreement to what you were having. I would recommend that you reach out to the landlord or work with the seller on negotiating a new rental agreement in this transaction. If it's a third-party landlord, typically that can complicate things, just makes it a little more difficult, a couple more hurdles you have to jump through. But if the seller owns the real estate, you want to make sure that you are negotiating a fair and adequate rental agreement to you and your situation. Keep these things in mind when you are acquiring your first practice. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to reach out to us at ducketlad.com. Fill out a work together form. We'd love to have a conversation with you, and we'll talk soon.